Sheik makes her return in Project M. Sheik, during her introduction in Melee, was created to be a foil to Zelda. Zelda was made to kill her opponents with her moves with high amounts of knockback, but was generally made to be a slower character, and Sheik was made to be faster but with less kill power. This, however, wasn't the case, as Sheik heavily overshadowed Zelda, and Sheik obviously had really good kill power and was much faster than Zelda. She was one of the best characters in Melee, being one of the most iconic in the meta with countless amounts of people playing Sheik. She was heavily nerfed in Brawl, being in the D tier, mainly because the engine of Brawl not really fitting the style of Sheik, and she lacked a lot of kill power that a lot of characters in the game of Brawl had. The iteration of Sheik in Project M takes main inspiration from Melee, so she transitions very nicely in the Project M engine. Sheik is actually one of the Melee characters that fits very well in Project M's competitive scene, being an A tier character on Project M's final tier list. In fact, I actually personally main Sheik in the game, and I can say from experience that she does very well in the current meta of the game. This version of the character actually has buffs to moves that were worse in previous versions of the character. Her combo abilities have been buffed, like with, for example, her forward smash, which has actually improved as a comboing tool and also just as a move in general, because Melee's forward smash was a pretty bad move and would pretty much leave you open for getting punished. Similar to Melee, forward tilt and down tilt are great combo starters that can be followed with things like her forward air. Neutral air is still a great aerial out of shield and is a strong move in her kit. And her down throw has been made to mimic the PAL version of the move to prevent the move from being super easy to chain grab with. Despite that though, it's still a great throw regardless, and now her back throw has been significantly buffed now and is a much stronger option for chain grabbing and tech chasing. And it's a great DI mix-up as well, and it previously wasn't a good throw at all in Melee, but now you'll see a lot of Sheiks use down throw and back throw together, and it works really well for her character. She is a really fast character, and she retains her movement options that she had in her iconic Melee iteration. So that means you can now Shino stall on the ledge, you can obviously wave dash and L cancel of course, just like in Melee, and Sheik's side B chain is still kind of a useless move, but it comes out a little bit quicker if you want to use it to gimp somebody or whatever situation you want to use that move for. She never got her Smash 4 special moves in Project M. That was something that, like, as time went on, people would request. But honestly, she still holds her own because she has really strong normals and really good grabs and fantastic movement options for the character. Despite having like pretty subpar special moves, she's still a very good character despite that. As far as changes to Project Plus, Sheik's up smash no longer double hits, and that means it's going to be more consistent of an up smash for KOing, and there was changes to some of her hitboxes when getting back on the ledge, so nothing really major, just pretty minor stuff. As far as advanced tech, she retains all of her glorious Melee tech with the addition of Brawl's engine changes. She received reverse aerial rush, which helps her combo game on stage tremendously, and it really helps her feel a lot more fluid. With reverse aerial rush, really helps out her moveset a lot. She is really good at cornering her opponents and forcing mistakes, and Sheik is really good at covering those mistakes with things like her forward air or her down smash, similar to in Melee. Another thing that's different in Melee and different in Project M, and I mentioned this a little bit in the Zelda video, but when Sheik decides to down B, she has an increased speed of doing the down B, so that means she can actually recover with Zelda a lot quicker to get back on stage. It's a very situational thing, but if you transform into Zelda and Sheik a lot, you're one of those players, it kind of does apply a lot to you. You could honestly watch a guide for a lot of Sheik's tech in Melee, because basically all of the tech from Melee transfers to her Project M version. Sheik is a really fast and hard-hitting character, and maybe doesn't have really that good special moves, but has really strong normals and combo flows, and she's a really good character at tech chasing and comboing her opponents. She does really well in Project M's engine. With the larger cast of floatier characters, Sheik actually does very well, and I would say Sheik does a good job comboing those characters as well. So if you want a good secondary or you want to main a character that does very well in the meta, then I would probably recommend Sheik or at least trying out Sheik. If you played her in Melee especially, I especially recommend you play the character because she might feel a little different here or there with things like her down throw being changed a little bit. But like I said earlier, I think a lot of Melee Sheik mains should feel at home with the iteration of the character in Project M because they're still very similar despite the small amounts of changes between the two of them.